family, we are back. We are back. We are back. I hope y'all like that last upload. This is Carmen JC, JayCee is our channel, Carmen JC. But we're gonna react and review the Zimmerman part and how things got so manipulated and twisted that we viewed this man a certain way. And she also states how they opened up a new, shall I say, color class. I'll say it like that. Anyway, $ Trap House Kitchen 1, let's get to it.
Okay, so I know what you're thinking. If Trayvon wasn't the innocent little boy the media claimed he was, then maybe George Zimmerman wasn't the monster they said he was either. And you'd be exactly right. Because once they crowned Trayvon with sainthood, they needed a villain, a monster. And that monster was George Zimmerman. The media twisted his image. They ran his mugshot in the ground because the facts weren't even close to the story they were selling. Let's start with the race angle. They called him white to trigger outrage. And when that didn't hit hard enough, they made up a whole new race category, white Hispanic. Ask yourself, when have you ever heard someone called that outside of this case? You haven't. Because they created it from scratch just to make the narrative work. They needed the shooter to be white so they can force a race war. But here's what they didn't want you to know. George Zimmerman's mother is Afro-Peruvian, his dad is white, and he grew up around black families. He mentored black boys, he volunteered, he voted for Obama, for God's sakes. And he filed a police report after a white cop's son beat up a homeless black man, then showed up to City Hall to protest the cover-up. Take a look at this clip from the Trayvon hoax documentary by Joel Gilbert. Let's see the version of Zimmerman the media refused to show. Take a
growing
listen.
up.
Politically, I was a Democrat. I was an Obama supporter. I had been caught up in the promises of hope and change. Barack Obama's candidacy did inspire me to become more active.
Can you tell me about your mentoring experience?
I was mentoring 2 African-American teenagers in a suburb of Orlando. Unfortunately, they had a father that was imprisoned for life, so they didn't really have a father in the home. I take them to restaurants that they hadn't been to, kind of expand their cultural horizons. We spent a lot of time at churches, playing basketball, just spending time with them one-on-one, letting them know that they were important. And then whenever I could afford it, I'd splurge and take them somewhere nice. It was inspiring to see a positive change in kids that had a troubled background. I got a lot more from the kids than I think they got from me.
Now, does that look like a racist? It doesn't. That looks like someone who is imperfect in the middle of a bad situation.
Hey man, that's nasty work, y'all. That is super crazy to sit there and try to race bait people. Okay, it didn't happen with black and white. So then they added a whole nother ethnicity in there. Now what if it would have been black, white, black v brown, v, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Black versus brown versus white, all that. Yeah. Anyway, that's nasty work. And just for them to only show a certain side that they wanted to manipulate, why didn't they talk about what he said about Obama and the 2 African-American dudes that he mentored and all of that stuff? It really should damn near be illegal for real.
To be clear, Zimmerman wasn't pretending to be a cop. He joined the neighborhood watch and the police told him straight up, if you see suspicious activity, call 311. And that's exactly what he did. This wasn't some peaceful, crime-free suburb. Residents were dealing with real burglaries. People were scared. Some homes were even hit with home invasions. And yeah, most of the suspects were black males. That is not racism. That is facts, confirmed by the neighbors, security footage, and courtroom testimony. Take a look at this clip from the trial. A Sanford neighbor describing exactly what happened. Take a listen.
What was happening at the retreat at Twin Lakes in the months prior to your joining up with the Community Watch program?
We were being riddled by crime, robberies. We actually had home invasions.
I heard someone ring my doorbell repeatedly, and I saw 2 young African-American guys. They broke into my house. I heard some bangs downstairs, and he was shaking the doorknob trying to get in. And I was sitting there with a pair of rusty scissors and my son in one arm.
Neighborhood Watch was not something that I had thought of becoming a part of or wanted to be a part of. My wife had urged me to do something.
Now with that context, here's what happened. Zimmerman saw someone walking slowly in the rain, looking around like he didn't belong, and he reported it. Just like he was told to do, just like he had the right to do. And here's how the call started. Take a listen.
Sanford Police Department. Line is being recorded. Sean.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. It's Retrieve View Circle. The best address I can give you is 111 Retrieve View Circle. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, and he's just walking around looking about.
That's your context. And then only after that, the dispatcher asked, is he black, white, or Hispanic? But ABC edited the call to make it seem like Zimmerman brought up race first. Take a listen to the edited version and then the full version of that infamous call. Take a listen.
This guy looks like he's up to no good. He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, and he's just walking around looking about.
Okay, and this guy, is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie, like a gray hoodie, and...
That's crazy how they chopped and screwed that 911 call from Zimmerman. The real version versus what they put out. That was manipulation at its finest, like, period. But to have orders from the local PD, because they're having a whole string of break-ins and things like that, to have orders to just simply call 333 or whatever that number was, 311, and this is what happens? Come on, man. That's nuts. I really kind of think that's probably why bro's somewhere and we ain't heard about anybody running up on him. I feel like the locals probably know what's up. As long as he stay in that area, he'll be fine. But it's amazing the way that they can just alter things and paint a whole picture.
And just so you know, people were fired for that lie. It triggered a $15 million lawsuit because the edit wasn't just shady, it was criminal. Zimmerman never changed his story. He gave a full statement to the police without a lawyer. He had a broken nose, grass stains on his back, and physical trauma consistent with being pinned down. And then there's the scream from the 911 call made by the neighbor. Let's take a listen to that.
911, do you need police, paramedical?
Maybe both. I'm not sure. There's just someone screaming outside.
Okay, what's the address that they're near? Okay, and is it a male or female?
It sounds like a male.
And you don't know why?
I don't know why. I think they're yelling help, but I don't know. Just send someone quick. Say stop.
Okay. Does he look hurt to you?
I can't see him. I don't want to go out there. I don't know what's going on. So they're sending.
So you think he's yelling help?
Yes.
All right, what is your...
That doesn't sound like a guy chasing someone out of racial profiling. That sounds like someone screaming for their life, and that is called self-defense. So I'm really unsure why people are so confused when he said that he was defending himself. Once again, I'm not saying Trayvon deserved to die. I'm saying this whole situation was tragic and unfortunate all the way around. Trayvon's life ended that night, but George Zimmerman's life ended in a different way. His name, his peace, his future, all destroyed. They tried to politicize this case and make it about stand your ground, even though that law had nothing to do with this case. This was a standard self-defense case, and it could have been fought in any of the 50 states, but they didn't sell that. So they ignored the context, they ignored the police instruction, they ignored the burglaries, they ignored Zimmerman's track record, they ignored the evidence, and they ignored the screams. Because this case was never about the truth. It was about narrative control. Because when the truth doesn't fit, they don't change the agenda, they change the truth.
Bro, that's crazy. That is super crazy. Think about that period in time, y'all. Think about the rappers that are sporting the hoods on. Think about all the people that thought they were standing for something with their hoods on, defying police or store rules or things like this in the name of bro. Think about the ones that was defying the police and all of that in the name of bro. All because we got manipulated. They painted a certain picture, sold a certain story, and we bought it. There's one more section we're going through, and I might upload it tonight, maybe. But thanks for being here. $Trap House Kitchen 1. I'm out. Peace.